The Remain campaigner and former MP said Brexit was a mistake and Britons have been left to pick up the pieces. Speaking on the Today programme, Mr Osborne said he was so strongly of the view that it was a mistake for Britain to leave the European Union that he could not unite the Conservative Party and decided to step down as an MP. He said, "But I will vigorously challenge how they want to interpret that result, and I don't accept that just because we are leaving the EU we have to, for example, leave the customs union or we have to radically clamp down on immigration." Getty. BBCGeorg. Osborne said he was gloomy about the Brexit referendum. Osborne claimed he was quite gloomy about the referendum outcome and said he became aware there were many Britons wanting to leave the Brussels bloc during the campaign. He said, "I was pretty pessimistic and there was quite a lot of nervousness when I sat down at night in Downing Street to watch the outcome of the referendum. Sadly my fears were confirmed." But the former Tory MP said the turnout to the referendum was a success. He said, "No one can complain that people didn't show up. It had the highest turnout of any democratic event in our country's history. And, you know, we all now have to pick up the pieces of the result." Mr Osborne also said he cannot see Brexit being stopped, and said Britain will, therefore, leave the European Union. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker agreed in December enough progress has been made on key Brexit issues in order to move on to trade talks. Prime Minister Theresa May had to back down to the European Union on a number of issues, including raising the divorce deal to up to £39 billion and full alignment on the Irish border, which has been criticised by staunch Brexiteers. MEP Daniel Dalton, who is the Conservatives' chief whip in the European Parliament, said Britain has no justification to remain in the single market and customs union after Brexit. He said, "If it's all the same rules then it's not different than staying in the EU." Mr Dalton insisted Britain must leave the customs union after the transition period. He said, "If you are still in the customs union, then you actually lose access to the free trade deals that the EU has done with the rest of the world. You still have to accept imports from those countries, but you can no longer export to them under the same terms."